Welcome to another Greater One video review. Today we're going to make a cup of coffee using the Aeropress single serving coffee maker slash espresso maker. First thing I recommend doing is getting one of these Cuisinart hot water heaters. I usually set mine to 190 degrees. That seems to work pretty well for me. I don't like it super hot and I don't like it too warm, so I found that 190 degrees has worked the best for me. I got the Aeropress set up. I already have the filter in. I have a 20-ounce cup of coffee, and I'll go ahead and start putting the coffee into the Aeropress. This is 1 tablespoon. I put 6 tablespoons into the cylinder. Try to even it out, and it comes down to just below the one level. So what I do first is pour the water in, and I fill it all the way up to the top, almost to the top. And this creates almost it's almost a pour over at this point. I go ahead and stir it for about 10 seconds. Then I let the water go down to about the 3 mark. And then I'll add some more water, bring it back up to the top of the 4 mark. Then I'll put the plunger in, just to the top here. And this will create a vacuum. So the water and coffee isn't coming out anymore. After a few seconds it'll create the vacuum and it'll stop dripping. And you got about 6 ounces of coffee in the coffee cup already, which is basically a filtered pour over at this point. So I'll keep it here for about 1 minute. I mean, you can change the amount of time you want to keep it on there. I think the longer you keep it in there, the stronger it's going to be. Shorter, it's going to be weaker. So I usually wait about a minute. I'm not going to wait a minute during the video, but that's usually the timing I use. And then I push down the plunger at a steady pace for about 25 seconds. Then you just pull the cap off and then discharge your coffee grounds. But it makes about 20 ounces of coffee. You can, depending on how much water you want to put in there, you can put a little bit more to make it weaker, or a little bit less to make it stronger. But the way they have it set up, and a lot of the recommendations, is for an espresso, and which makes, obviously a real strong couple of shots of coffee. If that's the way you like it, that's fine. And then they recommend to, if you want a cafe Americano, you can add water, but to me that just tastes like watered down espresso. So this method kind of combines everything from a coffee pour over to a drip coffee and a espresso. So you get the best, pretty much the best of both worlds, and to me makes one of the best cups of coffee. And like I said, you get about 20 ounces of coffee, whereas with like a Keurig, you got to plunge it like you got to use about 2 or 3 different cylinders, and you only get maybe 4 or 5 ounces of coffee per pod. So I've been making coffee for several years, and this is the best method that I've found, and I'd highly recommend it.